Hi Tila Jammers, how are you doing? Choose what you love and love what you choose. So today we are speaking about self-parenting and understanding ways in which we need to self-parent our inner child. You have to excuse my voice. We have got a bit of a cold situation going on. It's the time of the year. I hope you are keeping all well. Sorry, my son. Put your work over there. And yeah, it's that time of the year. There's Isaac. He's 5. He's grown, hasn't he? And we've got Isabel here as well. So yeah, today we're going to be speaking about 3 ways in which we are to self-parent ourselves. Now, the reason why I bring up self-parenting is because in this day and age, as you know, I've spoken about it many times, is we are inundated with so many messages coming through, in and out, left, right and centre, negativity, you know, and it's not helpful for the mind state. There are a lot of people do act like big kids, and no, Isaac, please don't do that. Go and watch your tablet, please. See him doing gang signs. Anyway, there's a lot of people out there acting like big kids because they haven't got that self-parenting together. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying that even me, myself, I'm going through my own journey, self-parenting, and looking to my higher self for guidance. I don't really like the word training, but I will say it's all about guiding one spirit, one mind, one heart, one body to know that we are evolutionary. We are wonderful beings, and if we tap into that self-love, that's where so much can be built from. That's where we evolve. That's where we can be our best selves. So, without further ado, I'll start. She's a bit of a singer, so yes, you just hit yourself with that. Anyway, so the first stage of self-parenting is to be patient. The reason why I've put this, and you'll get why I'm saying this now, self-patience, or patience in itself, in a nutshell, is really going into yourself and saying it's okay, I am safe. If you were a parent, if you are a parent, you will totally understand patience and self-control and discipline when your child is having a tantrum. You do not just want to start screaming and shouting and then, get off the floor, stop doing that. That's not going to help anything, is it? So it's really about staying patient, staying kind and compassionate towards yourself. And at the end of this video, I will share with you one way that I look to self-parent myself using these 3 ways. So it's about really looking into yourself and just being patient, and yeah, listening to yourself, which is the second stage. So active listening, if you don't already know, I've got a background in health and social care and community care. This is something that we are trained and educated to do when we are working with our clients. It's all about reassuring the client that we are listening, we hear them, and we want to do our utmost best to help them out in whatever it is, a goal, you know, whatever it is. I'm trying to think, but no. So listening is very key. Active listening is very key. Very important in making sure that you hear your inner child and you listen to what they have to say. The third stage is applying yourself. And this is all about applying the love, applying the listening, applying the kindness, applying the patience to understanding your inner child, understanding what has brought you to react in a certain way and helping them to respond better. That's what it comes down to. It's about responding. It's about having the discipline to say, okay, I'm patient, I am safe, it's okay to feel this way. Now what we can do is we can understand why I'm feeling shaky, why I'm getting a headache, why I feel frustrated. And then we apply it by responding and saying, I love you, everything's going to be okay. Or putting an actual action behind it and saying, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a task and we're going to meditate and we're going to think about how we're going to deal with this issue and just bridge it all together. So being patient, being kind, and being understanding of the issue, of the scenario that's making your inner child react. So what I wanted to share with you was one little tip that I got from a parenting group, actually. I was on last year. And basically it's called the 1 minute every hour. Now, if you're just starting this, I wasn't told that you should do it I was told you should do it every hour. But what I would do to start you off is choose an hour in the day. Choose an hour that you feel, oh, I'm going to get a bit stressed here. Look at your day and say, okay, I feel I'm going to be free here. The reason why I say it is that if we push ourselves to do it every hour and then we don't do it, that envelopes a sense of fear. Now, when I was talking about patience, there's an element of, thank you, Isabel, there's an element of perfection that comes in. If I get it right, things will be fine. We don't want to go down that route. We need to be dignified, we need to be respectful of ourselves, and we need to say it's okay to be at fault sometimes. It's okay. It's not an excuse, don't get me wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. We are not going to get it right every single time. What the heck? But we are going to strive to do our best. The effort to win is always the best thing, is what I say. So I would always start this, not with caution or anything, but I would always start this saying, what hour can I choose for myself? It's putting you first. It's saying, okay, I've got a whole list of things to do. I'm not putting pressure on myself because I need to do this and I need to do that. Because then it becomes like a... Have you ever watched certain programs and you feel like one partner is looking at the other person as a project? Like, I need to get them up to scratch. I need to get them to do this. It's not loving. It's a case of, I'm going to do certain things, tick boxing, make sure they do this. It's conditional, is what I'm saying. And in this journey of self-parenting, you do not want to condition yourself to respond in a certain type of way. Oh, I must do this, okay. It's, being on autopilot from all the habits that you're trying to stop, all the habits that you're trying to push away and gravitate into a loving self. You need to start off slowly and surely. Like, okay, I'm definitely doing this. I'm choosing to do this. I'm giving myself the hour. And that habitual kind of, I'm choosing will come in more and more. It can, and it's 1 minute. It can raise your levels of love for yourself. So I would definitely say start off with choosing an hour in the day and then gradually take it to the time that you wake up. So if it's 7, 8 o'clock, whatever it is, and try and just work it into your day. Every hour, take time to say, okay, I'm choosing 1 minute to ask myself, how am I? One thing I didn't mention in the active listening part of things was when you are actively listening, you are relaying what the person has said. So one thing I would say is, hi, Lynette, how are you doing, inner child? And let them say hello back. Let yourself say hello back. Greet yourself with that medium of love, and that inner child will feel welcomed, like they belong. And this is where we come into a momentum of I belong, I am safe, I am whole, I am enough. All these affirmations can be said, but if it's not felt and if it's not known or even known, then we start to kind of not really apply ourselves, but just do things for the sake of doing it, you know? So sorry, I'm just gonna, because it's moving. So in a sense, the way we apply self-parenting is to choose a moment in the day. We'll start off choosing a moment in the day and then saying to yourself, hello, how are you, Lynette? And then from there we can say, or whatever we're feeling in that moment, say it's like midday or something, oh, I'm feeling really frustrated or anxious. We can say to ourselves, it's okay to feel that way. I'm patient with you and I'll feel this moment with you. I'll understand this moment with you. Yes? Yes? She's speaking Swedish. Tita means look. She's like, look. So once you have asked yourself how you're feeling and you've responded in a way that's calm, that's compassionate, and that's understanding, or I would say understanding, then you can move on to responding to yourself, to your inner child, by saying, okay, how are we going to manage this? And that can work positively or negatively. So, for example, you say, hi, Lynette, how are you feeling? And then you respond with a positive answer. I'm feeling great. I've done my task for the day, or I've, assured my children I'm going to, pick up whatever sweet they want, and I've got it done, and yeah, and I feel good about that. So from there, you would then say, okay, how are we going to manage this? How are we going to manage feeling great? Then you could then say, well, I'm definitely going to be more grateful for this moment, because it's a moment, and I'm going to take it and really be grateful about it, really take in the moment and savor it and be like, yes, I'm so happy that I managed to get through my tasks, or I'm so happy that I managed to get what my kids need, and this is life, this is happiness, this is joy. Now, if it's negatively, that management side of it, and I don't really like to use management because we shouldn't micromanage ourselves. We should let things flow. But the way we respond in this area of things is going to tally the next hour or the next day we look into applying. What's wrong? Go back.
I pressed already back.
Okay, turn it off and turn it on then.
I already did that, still not doing it.
I'll come over in a minute. Anyway, when we manage ourselves in a way that signifies that we respect ourselves, so for example, we're anxious, about the weather, we want to go out or whatever it is, we can say to ourselves, okay, I'm going to help myself by assuring myself that everything's going to be fine. I'm going to assure myself that whatever comes, I will manage it well. I will deal with it well. And never to be afraid. I'm going to face everything. And that kind of sets you up for whatever task or whatever scenario. Say like you're meeting a family member that you don't get along with. You can say, I'm really frustrated at that family member, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to respond. I don't want to come off angry. I don't want to come off nonchalant. I want to show and say my piece. What we can do is we can say, look, it's okay to feel these things, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to downgrade ourselves. We're going to stand and affirm ourselves in whatever way, shape we can. So, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to set up dinner for my kids. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please share, like, and subscribe to the channel. And please comment down below if this is something that you've known of, that you've heard of, or if this is something that you're going to try. It would be really lovely to hear your thoughts on this. So again, love what you choose and choose what you love, and talk to you soon.